San Marino two-coat process. San Marino is a Tobias green two-coat sanded texture achieved with a basic smooth trowel. For first coat, follow instructions for Umbria first coat. Apply second coat with a smooth trowel technique, leaving half rounded marks with a trowel or taping knife. Allow second coat to dry thoroughly. Sand the surface with an electric sander. Use 60 grit sandpaper for the classic Tobias green and 200 grit sandpaper for the pure Tobias green. Sand until the surface is smooth, not flat. Sanding will create color variations. Remove excess dust with a soft brush. Go over the walls very lightly. Wear a mask while sanding and removing dust. Luca three-coat process. Luca is a Tobias green texture achieved with smooth, skip, and rough trowel techniques, and then sanded. Luca is simply the San Marino texture with a random rough trowel coat added. First follow instructions for San Marino. Apply third coat over San Marino texture with a rough trowel in a random pattern. Leave open areas of different sizes and shapes, and knock down. Allow third coat to dry. Sand until the surface is smooth, but not flat. Use 60 grit sandpaper for the classic Tobias green and 200 grit sandpaper for the pure Tobias green. Remove excess dust with a soft brush. Go over the walls very lightly. Wear a mask while sanding and removing dust. Umbria smooth, smooth surface, two-coat process. Umbria smooth is a Tobias green smooth texture achieved with a basic smooth trowel technique. For first coat, follow instructions for Umbria first coat. Allow first coat to dry before applying the second coat. Apply the second coat the same thickness as the aggregate, pulling tight across the surface. After misting the wall, lay the product down smooth. Verisi, 2 or 3 coat texture. Verisi is a Tobias green texture that requires the use of a stainless steel trowel. Verisi is simply a smooth Umbria texture that is worked a little bit longer and can be waxed to a sleek finish. Follow instructions for smooth Umbria. For the final step, continue the compressing of the product and mist with water when necessary. Allow to dry. Trowel on a smooth coat of Tobias green wax. When dry to the touch or transparent, buff with an electric buffer. Multivaricy 3-coat process. Multivaricy is a Tobias green texture that requires the blending of 2 colors that can be waxed to a sleek finish. For first coat, follow instructions for smooth umbria first coat. Apply second coat with a smooth trowel. Because Tobias stucco is not a line-based product, you don't have to take short random strokes. It's a more productive application process. Allow Tobias green to set up. The product will still be damp. When you touch it, product should not come off on your finger. Begin misting with water and compressing. Skip trowel the third coat and knock down, leaving no ridges or edges. It should be smooth. Add more color if desired. Trowel down the surface. While one applicator is applying the second coat of Tobias green, have a second applicator come behind with the third coat. Let it set up. Time depends on job site conditions. Come back and lay the product down smooth. Trowel down the surface. Let dry thoroughly. Trowel on a smooth coat of Tobias green wax. When dry to the touch, buff with an electric buffer. Veneto, smooth surface, 3-coat process. Veneto is a Tobias stucco 2-color smooth texture. For first coat, follow instructions for umbria first coat. Second coat, trowel on same color with a smooth trowel technique. Do not compress it, as it will be difficult to blend the second color. Third coat. When the second coat is still wet, apply small amounts of the Tobias green color of choice with a skip trowel technique until blended smooth with the base color, leaving no ridges or edges. It should be smooth. Misting with water is optional. When Tobias green is still moist, lightly mist with water and knock down, leaving no ridges or edges. Surface should be smooth. Venetiano 3-coat process. Venetiano is a Tobias green texture achieved with smooth and skip trowel techniques and then sanded. For first coat, follow instructions for umbria first coat. Apply second coat with a smooth trowel technique. When it is still wet, Apply the contrasting color with a skip trowel and knock down. You should feel the texture. Allow to dry. Sand until you see a slight variation in the texture. Use 60 grit sandpaper for the classic Tobias green and 200 grit sandpaper for the pure Tobias green. Be sure not to miss any spots. Sand down ridges. Remove excess dust with a soft brush.